Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Echoes of Legacy. Hope you're having a lovely evening today. Thank you for joining us for episode 12. Last time, the party made a plan. They were going to rob the casino. Or not the casino. They were going to rob the vault to get basically the item that they needed to, save Peter's soul from the Jeane. So they made a plan with Atlas. Atlas acquired a truck. There was some little romantic interactions happening, some awkward conversations. A magic box was built. Many existential crises were had as the group made their way through the desert, seeing a smiling jester-like skeleton. They tried to run over it, and it just ended up behind the truck, waving at them. And after they had set up camp, as the engine overheated, of course, the jester presented itself to Rehya and Atlas, giving a little rhyme, and we left off right there. We're gonna pick up right there with Rehya. So you see this thing is standing just outside of the light of the camp. What do you do?
Rehya is shaking and pale and is gonna reach out to find Atlas to kind of just ground herself.
Yeah, you grab like his arm, like, and he's right there. He's like, it's all right. It's all right. We're gonna be okay.
We should find the others. We shouldn't be by ourselves.
I would hazard to agree.
Okay.
Let's keep our eyes on it.
Agreed.
And back up very slowly. And as you begin to back up and away, you see that with each step that you take, it takes a step forward.
No! I knew you were gonna say that, you bastard!
It kind of like tilts its head to the side. You can kind of hear the jingle of its hat as its head tilts to the side, as it's basically like mimicking your steps. So every step you take backwards, it takes one forward.
Atlas,
What do you do, Rehya?
will you take a step backward for me?
You want me to take a step backwards?
Yeah. I want to see which one it's mimicking.
All right, and he takes a step back, and you in your same position, it stays where it's at.
Fuck. Okay. You go make sure the others are okay.
Buddy system.
Well, if it follows me, if I don't move, it won't move, hypothetically.
Right? I think it's playing a game. All right? I don't think that it's as cut and dry as that. I think it's fucking with us.
Okay, sure.
Because it can tell you're scared.
Right, okay. Okay, let's walk diagonally to the back of the van.
Okay. And it just kind of like mimics the diagonal steps along with you as you go. And the rest of you would notice, basically, as they're walking diagonally towards you, you would notice them walking, like, they're not looking at you guys. They're looking, somewhere off in front of them, walking at an angle towards, it would be towards Jeane and Peter at the front of the truck.
You guys good?
Hello? What's up?
There's a the skeleton.
Oh, the jester?
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Did we see it?
You would see it now that they've drawn your attention. You can see just shaded in a little bit of darkness. It's standing. It's just kind of like mimicking the posture and steps of Rehya.
Okay.
How tall is it?
It's maybe about 6 feet tall.
Ooh. 6 foot if it even matters.
Hey.
Stop!
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Has it said anything?
Mm-mm. Yes, it did. It said this creepy fucking rhyme that was stupid. It was a stupid rhyme.
You see, kind of defying how it should be. You see like the frown, like the jaw on its face like turn into a frown, like if the bones could like bend,
Ugh.
like to like frown it, and just kind of like lowers its head and its shoulders.
Alice, I can't do this.
All right, I'll see if I could talk to it.
Should we? It hasn't done anything yet. I mean, like to hurt us.
And you see like it's like big, like basically like empty eye socket. You see like winks, like you can see like the bones close, like as it winks at you.
That's so silly.
Ouch. Did the rhyme say anything specific? Is it like an invitation? Like what kind of we were talking about here?
Did it say, let's go to the circus, let's go party?
And then you'd say no.
It said something about a joke and mold and songs. It's some sort of. It was mocking me.
Okay.
Hmm.
Don't. It's wow. It's really articulate. Its face is
Very expressive.
Expressive. I'm impressed.
Should we talk to it?
I mean, I'm gonna close the hood of the car.
As the hood passes your vision, you would see it's gone, and it's next to Jeane.
Oh, come
kind of
on
like,
now.
with its hands on its hips, like kind of in the middle of its ribs, kind of bending over, looking at the car.
Don't. All right.
And then it just kind of like cranks its head to look at Jeane.
I'm gonna do this slow. I'm gonna slowly turn my head.
It's like maybe 8 inches from your face.
Okay. All right. Cool. Neat trick. Love that. Close it. Note to self: don't take eyes off thing to make sure it doesn't do that often. And just turn to it. Just turn.
It just kind of turns, slaps the hood twice, and rests an arm on the basically on the engine block.
Oh, yep. It's a good car. It's a good engine.
And in Jeane's voice, you hear, "It's a good car. It's a good engine."
Don't talk. Gotcha. Oh.
Atlas, have you ever run into one of these things?
I have no fucking idea what that is.
I don't
Where's
wanna
the
speak.
narrator?
Get them real quick.
They were in the back, I think, last we left. Somebody want to go get them?
Do 2 of us want to go get them together?
You can just yell out. We can just yell out. You can just yell. We can just yell.
Val! Guys,
Val,
come together.
You would hear you would hear them yelling your name. The narrator would kind of like close his book and like look down at you and goes, "I guess they need us."
Yeah. Hey, what? Val like get up and turn around, and I mean they're not far. Like look over.
No, you could
like,
get out
the
and like
hood.
walk around the truck
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
And you and the narrator kind of like walk together around the truck, and you would see this thing basically like leaning on the engine block, hand on its ribs, just kind of like staring and smiling at Jeane. Like again, like 8 inches from his face.
Oh,
Glad for you to join us.
Jeane, I think you have an admirer.
Yep.
You
It's
see
smiling at
it,
you.
It like turns for a moment, turns back. It has a rose in its teeth.
Wow.
He's kind. Okay, why is that a serve? Why is it? Yeah, see, I was right. Yeah.
It plucks the rose out of its mouth and just kind of, you can hear its bones kind of crackling as it offers the rose to you.
I mean, just all freaked out in the situation, just like, all right. Hi. Thank lovely rose. I'll take it.
You take it. Okay.
No.
You have
I'll
a
take
rose in your hand.
Take it. I'll take it, and I'll like, this is lovely. I'm gonna put this down real quick.
And it like looks at the rose as you put it down.
I haven't put it down yet. I'm looking at his reaction as I'm trying to. It's a lovely gift, so just don't have a place to. I don't know what to do with it.
You see, it basically like plucks the rose back out of your hands, and then goes to basically like put it in your coat pocket, like in your shirt pocket. Okay. Basically, like to put it like set it up on your chest.
Okay. It's a lovely gift. It's a lovely gift. Do you have a name?
Do you have a name?
I hate that. I hate it.
Isn't it like-
I hate it.
Isn't it like you're not supposed to tell your name to Faye if it's a Faye?
I don't want to speak anymore. Help!
He's not gonna hang with us, is he?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Where's the narrator?
You see the smile twist to a frown.
Does anybody
made
know
him
what this is?
sad.
Anybody know what this thing is?
I don't know. And then you see the narrator like next to Val. I don't know what it is. This isn't in my notes. You guys never encountered this in this.
Cool. We love off-script movement. We love improv. We love improv. It's good.
Hello, clown jester skeleton.
And the head kind of cracks to look over to Peter.
Okay.
Hello, in Peter's voice.
All right. Okay. I sound like that? Are you like gonna hang and be chill or no?
And it just kind of like one kind of movement almost at a time kind of pulls its arm up off the hood and then like kind of pulls its other arm off its hip and then begins to walk slowly towards Peter.
Friendly walk or like a really scary walk?
Like, the best way I can describe the way this thing walks is it's almost like stuttering as it moves. As it's walking towards you.
Ugh.
I'll let it walk towards me if it looks like it's gonna stop at like a normal distance. Like if it's just approaching me, or is it like...
It's walking towards you, and it's maybe at this point like 4 feet, 3 feet, 2 feet.
Okay, I'm backing up.
And it continues to walk towards Peter.
I'll cross to Peter.
What do you do?
Hey!
It like stops almost like a foot from Peter, and then again the head cracks to look over to Rehya. Why did you have it look over here?
I didn't want to get Peter. We did the whole thing about protecting people. I thought it
gave him a rose. We don't know if it's necessarily aggressive.
We don't know what the rose means. It could be.
It might just be fucking weird.
It could be. It's gonna kill me first, Rose. I don't know what this is.
Like the... Should we tell it a joke?
Immediately, you see its head snaps to Peter. If a skeleton's eyes could get wide, they are like wider than they should be, and the grin spreads all the way up.
Oh, he likes the idea of a joke. Who has one?
It doesn't have to be a specific kind of joke. Can it just be any?
You see, its skeletal finger points to Peter.
Oh.
Oh, it was your idea.
Yeah. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Oh no.
Boo!
Boo hoo.
Oh, don't cry. It's supposed to be a joke.
Peter, can you roll willpower for me?
Oh Lord! Oh Lord! Oh no!
Eight.
So you begin to laugh along with it. And you begin to laugh. And you can't stop laughing.
Oh!
And you can't stop laughing. And it begins to get to the point where it's hard to breathe and it's hard, like it begins to hurt because you're laughing. You can see tears are beginning to stream down Peter's face as they're laughing continuously, as it's keeping eye contact with Peter, laughing along.
I have a joke.
And it stops laughing immediately. Peter keeps laughing as it turns to look over to Jeane.
What did the skeleton play in the band?
What?
A trombone.
Roll willpower for me.
Good.
Oh no.
That is it. 14.
14. You don't laugh along with it.
Hmm.
You don't laugh along with it. Peter is still laughing.
Oh, how do we get?
Peter, would you mind taking? Well, you're probably gonna mind, but
I kind of mind.
you're gonna take 7 damage, please.
Oof.
As you can begin to feel your chest hurt.
Oh, okay.
What are the rest of you doing?
What are you two doing? I have something I can do.
I don't have anything to like.
I can maybe help Pete if I roll right.
I mean, I can hurt it, but
Actually,
Yes,
can I
please.
perform the study action, or am I? Is it incapacitating me in a way where I cannot do
So
an
presently
action?
you have the shaking condition, so your willpower dice will be 1 less than it normally is. But what would you like to do?
Study,
to
I
do
believe, is insight.
Okay.
Basically, I get to find an aspect of this guy,
Mm-hmm.
something about him. I guess I'm going to figure out, hopefully, ideally, what kind of creature he is.
Okay.
Like what he would be weak to. Because if he's doing like dark magic, or if he's
Mhm.
doing like psychic damage,
Go ahead and roll.
like what he would be against.
Yeah.
My D10 or D12 for insight? No, just D10 right now. 18
18.
plus
So
1.
as
19.
you kind of falling to your knees because you're laughing and it's getting hard to breathe, and you're kind of like looking at this thing, your mind is racing as you're gasping for breath between laughs, trying to stop yourself. As your chest begins to hurt and your mind is racing, you're kind of giving yourself a headache because of the lack of oxygen that's really coming in. But with the way that this thing is interacting with you all, and kind of context from your home world, this is definitely something. This is a dark spirit of some sort, and the way that it's behaved as it's kind of like torturing you guys. It's definitely a dark spirit, so it's probably going to be weak to light magic, perhaps.
Okay.
Presently, you can't communicate that.
Did it do dark damage to me? I guess that is important.
Yes, it did do dark
Okay,
damage.
I am in crisis, I believe. I would assume.
Already?
Are we in crisis?
Well, Crisis is half health.
Are you at half health after 7 damage?
No. Oh, thank you.
Crisis?
I thought crisis was.
I was like,
something else. Thank
holy
you.
shit, you have
Oh.
15 health?
What? I was like, what
Sorry, I
happened?
thought crisis was when something evil's getting you, like
No, Crisis
attack
is...
mode. That's my bad, but I'll keep that in mind.
scared me. Jeane's gonna pull out his gun and point it at Peter.
At Peter?
Huh?
And it's like, trust me on this, just trust me, and I'm gonna roll 2d20 because I'm using the ability known as what is it called? It is called alchemy, and I am mixing elements together to do something at random. So we'll see.
Random.
You are very good. You are okay. I rolled looking at my chart here. That's good for everybody. You and every ally present at the scene recover from all status ailments.
Oh.
Oh.
This is the laughter as you get shot. What does this look like?
It's just, you gotta trust me. Everyone's just got to trust me. And he points it at Peter, and then points it up, and he shoots it, and the bullet doesn't go high in the air. It's almost just like it looks like a Nerf dart, and then it explodes like fireworks, and twinkling white light cascades over all of us, and you recover, and like you feel like a nice warmth as it touches you, and if you have a status ailment, it's no longer there.
All right. So you no longer have the shaking condition, and as you slowly start to like, you can regain your breath, and you're no longer laughing. And you see it like looks over to Peter, sees that it's no longer laughing, sees that Peter's no longer laughing, looks back to Jeane, and I need initiative.
Yep. Like it mean like points, and then points right at the thing.
Guys, don't tell him jokes.
Don't tell him jokes.
Don't tell him.
Don't tell him jokes.
Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll that fabulous point.
Oh, who's rolling for us?
Yeah,
Because we have one person roll for
That's
all
right.
of us.
It's not me.
I roll.
I think it's
roll.
You already
think
rolled?
it's you.
I already rolled. So that's 15.
15. So it
15.
rolled a 17.
No.
It's going to act first. So it turns to look at our good friend Jeane, and I need to roll to hit. As I will describe, does a 15 hit you?
Oh, that hits me. Yeah.
Yeah. As you see it turn, and you swear you see like this green glow very faintly within the deep black eye sockets of its head as it opens its mouth, and you can see the jaw is like impossibly large for the size of the skull. As you see this green wisp of smoke leave its mouth and basically pass up into Jeane's nostrils. And you are going to take you're going to lose 11 mind points.
I need
As
those.
you see this basically this green smoke pass up into your nose, and you begin to cough. As you feel weaker, you can feel your head kind of begin to hurt. As it basically does this to him, we moved on to your turn. What do you all do? Who's after?
Kind of fucked at that moment. I can do something, but it's up to you. I can do something immediately. But
Do a
that's
thing.
Do a thing.
Do it up. You just got hit.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
I
like
should probably
coughing.
go last.
I'm just coughing. It's like, son of a bitch. He just points the gun. Just spins the barrel, and almost like you can see the different elements of every element change to white. As I already had preloaded these bullets, and he's just gonna shoot him twice in the chest as he's
Bang,
coughing. Do I have it was the only penalty that I lose mind points, or
That was the only penalty that you took.
Cool. That is 11.
11?
Yeah. to hit.
11 will hit.
Cool. That is, and these will be using light bullets. These will be using exorcism bullets.
Okay.
So that is what's 8 plus 5, 16 plus 5 is 21 light damage for the first one.
21 light damage. Yep. As his bullet kind of pierces it, you can see it kind of explodes part of its jester costume off, exposing the bone beneath the costume, and you can see this almost like wriggling, like green, almost like mass with inside the bones underneath the jester costume.
Gotcha. And my second attack, that is another 11.
11, that will hit.
Yeah, and that's 7. And this will also use a point of my item points to use another light bullet. So that's 7 plus 8, so it's 15 plus 5, 20. So 20 damage, 20 light damage total.
Okay. Yeah, another bullet it hits it, and you see it explodes another part of its costume off. As you can see again, more of that kind of green ooze moving within the skeleton. And as you shoot it twice, it is its turn. And you see it like turn to look over at let's see, can I actually roll randomly to see who it chooses? Rhea, I need you to roll me willpower, please.
Okay.
The immediate scrunching face.
I knew it was gonna be me. Oh, that's I have 10 and it's a double 10. What is that, a crit? Right?
Yeah.
Ah!
You rolled 2 10s?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So you see it turn to look at you, and you can feel it was trying to impress something upon you. It was going to do something to you. But you see it just kind of like it scrunches its face up at you as you're able to basically like push it out of your mind as it was attempting to push its way in.
Oh.
All right. It is now y'all's turn. What do you got? Who's next? We've got either Val.
Do you want to retaliate, Rhea?
Rhea?
Or I can go?
Or Atlas can go, or the narrator. It's up to y'all.
I don't know. I think Rhea's feeling bold now that she was able to quell it a little bit. Seeing that she was able to kind of dip it out, she's gonna let go of her death grip on Atlas, and look at this thing, and she's gonna say, "I've got a joke." She's gonna grab her double axes, and she's gonna swing at this thing.
Got him.
Got him.
Somebody had to do it, and it
Get his ass. Get him.
Okay. If I remember how to play this game, lovely. Okay. That's only a 9.
A 9. As you go to swing, you see its head kind of detaches from its body as your axe swings past and lands back where it was.
And she's gonna turn around and run away.
It is its turn again. As it's going to turn to look over to our good friend Atlas.
No.
And you see that same green smoke kind of billow out of its mouth up into Atlas's nose. Oh, God damn it! Ugh. As he's going to take some damage as it siphons some mind points away from him. Back to y'all's turn. Val, I can have.
Yeah, I can go. Seeing that Val is going to like slap her palms together and bring them across like her collarbones, and that's where the tattoo of the phoenix is on her. Then she's gonna shoot it out and use flare. So that's fire damage, but it ignores resistances. So is this one that it says instantaneous? So
Yeah.
do I need to
Just roll damage.
just roll damage?
Yeah.
Amazing. Hey, that's a 1 on my dice. That's fun. For 26 fire damage.
26 fire damage. Yeah, this fire roars up and over it, kind of burning more of the jester costume away. You also see, as you did this like badass thing, narrator's just kind of looking at you as you did that. As the fire roars up and over the jester, lighting, it screams as it's like laughing in pain. And it is now its go. And it is going to run. Let's see. I'm going to have it pick at random again. It's going to go to Jeane. And Jeane, you see it basically like shambles its way up to you. And it is going to attempt to bite Jeane.
Y'all here biting people? Like this is the thing we're doing?
I made that. I don't know what to tell you. Does 16 get you?
16 does get me.
You're going to lose 11 once again. This will be darkness damage.
Okay, this is damage to my HP.
Yes. And as it bites into you, you can feel it almost like pulling, like it's draining something from you. And those of you behind will begin to see skin and sinew and muscle forming on places on its body.
Oh!
All right.
Oh!
It is the player's turn. Peter, do you want to go before the narrator and Atlas, or do you want to go last?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Stop on him. So he has one less action on his next turn. I assume he only has the one, it seems like. So I do have to roll for it though.
Okay.
Oh shit. I'm gonna use that fabulous point we got for him rolling up to re-roll that.
Okay.
Much better. That's gonna be 12? No, 13.
To hit.
Yes.
Yeah. So you see it kind of freeze in place, its jaw open around basically like Jeane's shoulder. And it's going to roll right into you guys' turn because he's going to lose his action on his turn. And Atlas is like, well, I'll go. As Atlas runs up and he's going to throw some punches. As he is going to hit it for the first one and the second one. And he's going to deal a total of 22. As you see him just begin to kind of throw blows at it. Just begin to like punch it. And it is back to its turn. And you see it's going to turn and attempt to bite at Atlas. And it's going to succeed. Yeah, and it's going to deal 18 damage to Atlas. As you see it bite into his side. And basically because Rhea, you were next to Atlas, you can see its like head kind of around its rib cage. Its eyes looking at you as it's biting into him. And you can see skin beginning to form on its face. You can see a bit of hair beginning to come down from the, like basically from the top of the skull as a scalp begins to kind of reform on its head. You can see bits and pieces of it beginning to turn into a body. All right, back to the player's turn. It is the narrator. You see the narrator like flips through his book, and you see him basically extend a hand, and you see him kind of push this green pulse out from him. Each of you will get 10 healing back, 10 HP back if you've taken damage, as he sends out a healing spell to all of you. And we are back to the top of the order. Who would like to go next?
Well, isn't it?
Oh, it's its turn. Yeah, it's its turn now. Alec forgot. And you see it's going to basically pull its jaw back and off. You see this kind of half skin, half muscle face now kind of on its body. And you see it claps its hands together and jingles its hat, like the few bells that weren't burned off. And we begin to see duplicates. We see 4 duplicates begin to appear around you all. And that is its turn. Now it's your turn. So there's a total of 5 of them now.
I have an idea. After having just seen it take from, like it's like taking our life, fucked up. I'm gonna cast something I've never cast before. Rhea kind of backs up and is startled and scrolls through her phone really quick and uses a new ability. But I think she's seen Peter do this, I think. Drain Vigor. And it's instantaneous, so that means I just roll for damage, right?
On 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Are they all the same level of half of
They all
like
look exactly the same.
On the one I know to be the original who cast it.
The one you think is the original.
Stop it! Yes!
I'm going to roll to see if you picked the correct one.
Oh no.
As this spell goes out and it rips around it, you see that duplicate vanish, as that was not the correct one. It is now its turn. And I need everybody. Let's see. Each of you are going to take 21 dark damage. As you see it claps its hands, and this reverberation of dark energy kind of rolls out and rocks your heads. This kind of laughter echoing through your minds. And it is now y'all's turn.
I can go. It's just getting rocked. Was there no save for that? It's just 21 straight damage?
It's 21 straight damage across.
Cool. Let me mark that down real quick first. 53 minus 21. Calculator, there you are. 53 minus 21. Okay. Just rocks him in the head. Spins the revolver chamber again and just points it in the air using an inventory point to do a roulette shot and see what we get. Oh, that's really good. Where is that? Where's my chart? There it is. Every enemy present on the scene suffers earth damage. 20 points.
Ooh. Oh! So what does this look like?
We'll all remember what this looks like as he shoots in the sky and the bullet just keeps going and going and going. And then, almost from out of nowhere, meteors, very small in comparison to the ones we faced, race toward the skeleton copies.
And how much damage was it?
20 each.
20. So as the rocks, boom, 1 duplicate down, 2 duplicates down, 3 duplicates down, and the final one, it just kind of looks up and it goes, ah, jeez, as the rock comes down and smashes down on it. Very like Wizard of Oz, its feet just sticking out from underneath with its like curved, like, you know, kind of like think elf like slippers, and it is not moving anymore.
That means
as it
nothing
is
to me.
underneath the rock.
It's nothing! It's a skeleton. It's not supposed to move in the first place.
And it will do nothing on its turn. So I would say you're out of initiative.
Is its feet still up and out?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't love it.
It still exists.
I will take this time to summon my grimoire because we're
Okay.
out of initiative and I don't have to worry about it. So I will do that.
Okay.
I'm not
That
very
was-
insightful, but I'd like to roll insight to see if it's actually. Is it twitching?
I'll be
a
rolling
little bit?
insight. as
Yeah,
well.
we're all like, is it dead?
Go ahead.
just loading up light bullet in case. I will shoot it in the foot if I have to.
That's funny.
Some people
Ooh,
take
I
arrows in the
crit.
knee. Some people
Crit?
take bullets in the foot.
I got a 6 and a 6.
Nice.
I got 17.
Nice.
What I'll say for anybody who rolled above a 15, as you're kind of like keeping your distance from it, looking at it, it's not moving anymore. And it's
Alright.
currently cratered with a large meteor on top of it. So it's not moving at all. So if a skeleton could be dead in question marks?
We just buried it, essentially.
Jeane, is the van working? Can we relocate? I don't want to sleep here. I'm gonna be totally
I get it. I
honest.
get it. I'm gonna see if I can maybe expedite it a little bit and see if we can just move out of this campsite. We need to right idea. It just like slides the gun back in the holster, looking at the skeleton, its feet, its stupid jester feet. Don't you move.
I'm just gonna sit here and stare at it, so you're good.
Don't. Yes. Yeah. Treat it like a weeping angel. It's good. That's good.
Wait, Jeane,
If-
you watch Doctor Who?
Yeah, of course.
I love Doctor Who. Anyway,
it's a great show.
it's a great
Oh,
show.
you've met him? No, I'm kidding.
The doctor.
I'm fucking kidding. I'm kidding.
The doctor's in his room. It's fucking sick. He knows what to do.
I don't think I can afford that. Drink.
Hey, that TTRPG exists. So, and then Tales of Novum needs another TTRPG to go for. It's right there. I'll speed up fixing the car if I need to do any more repairs. If it's a roll, I'll do it. It's
I think you would have cooled it down between you and Val together, like working together on the engine. I think it'd be good to go. It just needed some time.
yeah, cool.
Peter, do you have something?
Yeah, I guess. At risk of sounding macabre, if I bit it, would I know if it's alive?
Oh my god.
I mean, you could if you'd like.
At the risk.
Don't.
But then if I bite it, we have to kill it so that it's not infected anymore. But if we're just gonna get out of here, it's not that big of a deal.
Do you want to do it? Do you want to do a cursory bite on it?
I feel like that's bad. I thought my whole thing was I don't know if I should be biting people. But if I bite him, and the skeleton's alive, the drowned king might visit, and maybe I can get information. I want the group's opinion. This is a group decision. If I should fight him.
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
Let's not.
I'm gonna say
let's not.
biting the scary skeleton with what you got going on. Probably not a good call.
I wouldn't bite a
Okay.
dark spirit. No,
Yeah.
Well,
no.
it's not gonna give me anything, probably.
Well, we
It's
don't
gonna be bad for your
know
teeth.
It's gonna be bad for,
that.
for the teeth.
I mean,
Like,
I
No,
could
it's-
no,
think of the
not nibble.
gingivitis alone. Like I don't like that's rough.
You, phage gingivitis. Not
Hey,
good.
gingivitis is that's gotta be rough.
Ugh.
Your teeth probably dance off your mouth.
Ew! Oh, God.
They change texture and stuff sometimes. Suddenly it feels like you have like those little bricks of butter that they give you a restaurant.
Oh. Sometimes my teeth are hairy.
Trigger warning! Trigger warning! Big old flashing lights!
Teeth. There are teeth in this episode.
Oh, God.
That was the body horror we talked about.
That was
Yeah, right.
Oh, God. I'm just going to be thinking
That's the
about
body horror.
my molars. What are they doing back there?
Digging? I don't know.
All right, I'm not gonna fight him.
Don't, Peter. Don't bite it.
Why don't we all just get in the truck?
Let's
and we
get
I
go
in
don't
the
to
want to fight him. It was an offer.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
It's my moves.
All right. It's you all. Who's in shotgun this time?
Ray, you can be shotgun
No,
Ray
I
if you
just had
want
it.
to.
It's not fair.
I'll be shotgun this time around.
Okay, Val doesn't want to be shotgun.
Okay. So,
Damn, just saying it out loud. Just saying it out loud.
okay.
What?
No, I was in the middle of sending one of you a message. And so, as you all get into the car, and you begin to head out, Atlas just kind of turns. And he's like, I think we're just gonna power through the rest of the drive till we get to Captain Pierce. I don't feel like slowing down.
Yeah, I'm
Does this work like a normal car? Like, is it hard to drive? We could take shifts and
I don't know what a normal car works like.
Jeane, does this work like a normal car?
I mean, essentially, it's the
Okay.
power source is just a
Okay.
little different. It's actually more more sustainable. Than
We
our-
can
than our
just
world.
take turns and power through the night.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you all doing anything specific on the rest of this drive?
Not really. I think just like watching, like as we're like driving off, it's just gonna look out the window just to check to see if the feet are still there as we drive
The
off.
feet aren't there.
You son of a
Oh.
bitch!
I should have nod.
You son of a bitch! You son
As
of a
you
bitch.
continue to drive away, anybody doing anything specific?
Staring at the
Otherwise-
stars.
Who are all the ones that are switching into drive for the rest of this kind of basically like 24-hour drive that you have? Jeane will, Rhea will, Val will. So yeah, you split it up in like Peter.
I can drive.
Yeah, you split it up into like bunch of shifts as you all basically keep swapping in. You drive through the desert. There are times where you have to go really slow because you're in worm territory. You see some of these large purple worms kind of coming up and going back down into the sand. You can see, there's you see some of those stone gateways that Atlas described as you pass by. You can sometimes think you see something or someone standing in the gateway, like waving at you. Sometimes there are things that you want to see in the gateways as you drive by. And I need each of you to give me willpower for your shift while you're driving.
Oh,
Drive
guess
the
at
car
some
straight
point-
into it.
Just drive
because-
right into it.
because I have some in my grimoire, it would go away when I sleep. So at some point, I should also ask Godman
Ask
a
you questions.
question.
Okay, we can get to that in just a sec.
Okay. Just wanted to remember to do it.
What did y'all roll?
I got a 13.
13.
I got a 14.
14.
I got a 9. I've been rolling
got-
so bad.
An
And
8.
It's a.
Oh no.
Okay.
So if you gotta get a little closer to that gate, I don't know.
Yeah. You didn't drive through it, but it's a couple of times the two of you were like, I really want to go over there. I really want to find out. I've read so many books about Fae back on Earth. You're like, I could. Maybe it's the same. You know, maybe there's hot Fae men behind those doors. I don't know. Like I don't know.
Goodness.
I've read some books.
I've read some books. But you know, you're able to resist the temptation, as the DC was very, very low for it. But Peter, what would you like to ask Godman?
Well, I guess I'm going to ask the group. Do we have anything in particular that we should ask? Maybe we should ask if, I don't know. I guess what I'm interested is, do I have to bite somebody to contact the Drowned King, or is he just going to show up whenever? I mean, we have a lot of questions we can ask.
That is a worthy question to know this. What's the word? I'm blanking on the word for the first time. Jesus. Stipulations. There we go.
Stipulations are good.
Stipulations of contacting your new friend.
Yeah, maybe something about the end of the world. That seems like important. And we gotta be real specific, because Godman's a real dick.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
right.
fucking
Real.
there he is.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ugh.
is it just yes or no questions, or is it like fully you can ask like a full question?
I can ask full things,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, yes or no does make it easier sometimes
Right.
to get a full yes and a full no.
Uh,
Because otherwise, Godman can be like, well, it depends on.
hear that guy, man? That's what you sound like.
That's what Godman sounds like.
I'll give you another clown, I swear to God.
No.
Well, no, wait, no clowns, because Peter likes clowns. No clowns.
Haley loves clowns. Peter couldn't care less.
Either
All right,
hit or miss.
What is your question, Peter?
You can ask is like because that's a yes or no question. I was like gonna say, is there a way to get into the vault secretly or safely,
Ooh,
or
is there a back door?
a way that we can find on our own, or
I don't mind that. I do think our plan's pretty good right now, though.
yeah.
I agree.
I don't mind it. I think
Yeah.
sticking with that's probably good.
Mhm.
I'm less concerned about getting in. It's more getting out
Getting
that
out,
I
yeah.
think is
Yeah.
the problem we're gonna have.
Yeah. So if we can find that entrance, it's also an exit. If there isn't a secret one, if there is one.
Is there a secret exit?
Or maybe like
It's not death.
yeah.
Oh,
Or
that
imprisonment.
great stipulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I guess that's not bad. Do we
like-
want to learn about the Drowned King, or do we want to learn about
Hmm.
heist? I hate making this decision. It feels too powerful.
I
Just
would
make
say
my own.
heist because that's what's next.
Yeah.
We have time
Okay.
before we need to find the Drowned King.
Mm,
Or at least this version of him.
yeah.
Okay. Is there another way in and out of the vault that we can find?
I'm gonna give you a freebie, and tell you to
Oh.
reword that in a non-yes or no question.
Yeah. No, yes,
Where
Otherwise, I
is
would have just
the-
given you a yes or no.
Oh, you're so
Yeah.
smart.
Where is the good? Yeah,
Giving you a
where
freebie.
is-
That's so great point.
After we made fun of that.
Where are all the additional entrance and exits to the vault?
List them in alphabetical order.
from most not dangerous to
Yeah.
least
Yeah.
not
Oh,
dangerous?
no, I'm actually gonna do that. Okay.
That's good.
I like that. No, that's good. Can you? Oh no, not can you?
What are?
What are? Okay, I'm doing the question now.
All right,
What?
This is your one go.
What are all of the exits and entrances to the vault listed from least dangerous to most dangerous.
Yeah! Yeah!
No, we nailed it. No, we killed that one.
That was good. That was good.
You hear this voice ringing your head, and the voice says, "There is only one entrance and exit to the vault."
They're just the one.
Fuck.
Shit.
Well, at
I
least
can
we know
say
that.
it again and ask another question later, but goddamn.
Yeah, I mean, we have a couple weekdays. So
You were told there was only one way in and out.
we don't know that he knows that. We give me some secret shit that he doesn't know about.
Yeah, I wanted some
You?
all power knowledge.
Yeah, there could be an entrance that just got made like yesterday. We don't know.
Because I love you guys. If Jeane gives up his free reroll that he got from doing the recap, I'll let you ask.
Yeah, fuck it.
I'll
I'll do it.
again.
I'll fucking give that up. No problem.
Ask
You
it
a different
again?
question. Ask a
Oh.
different question.
I was
Ask a
like, are
different
we gonna get a different answer? I'm not allowed to ask questions twice.
I'll give it up, sure.
Do we have another question we want to ask?
Equivalent
about?
exchange.
Equivalent exchange.
I'll ask about the drowned king
Yeah.
because that's
no,
kind of
go
an
for
important
it.
one. Might as well
Yeah.
get that bird out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay,
What are we? I mean, we know he's the nation of 6,
Mm.
and that's it.
Uh-huh.
We
Well,
know
there's
his
one in
name.
my head. He might be a different guy because didn't they say there were a bunch of drowned kings
Yeah,
around?
I guess.
Because he said he wasn't the drowned king. He said he's a drowned king, which
Yeah.
applies many.
So, do we want to know how to get in contact with the one that we're looking for,
If
or where to find this specific? Because the nation of 6 is big, right? It's not
It's
like
huge.
yeah,
So,
So if you ask specifically, like as specific as you can,
give me
barring-
the address of the residence.
Oh, yeah.
of
give me the digits.
That's
digits.
and most frequented locations.
Yeah, no, that's good. We're getting
Give
good with
me
these
the
questions.
exact coordinates, and I'll look on a map.
Latitude, longitude.
Yeah, right.
What ley line does he? Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
What is his name specifically? Doesn't he
Zerathar.
have a? What was that?
Zerathar was the name.
Zerathar.
Zarathar's the one we're looking for.
Yes.
Zerathar.
You can
Okay.
ask where in the nation of 6 is Zerathar exactly.
What is? Yeah, I feel like that may be too vague, right?
Where's
Where is the
specifically-
most frequented current place of Zerathar? Where does he hang?
Is that your
Where
question?
does Zerathar hang?
Where
Is that your
is-
question?
Good. That's actually a good
I
question.
feel like that's not bad.
That's actually a good
Hang as in hang out, though.
Oh my god.
Goodness. I like it.
Where is Zerathar's favorite place to hang out? Currently, like as of right now.
I love this.
Is that good?
It might be his favorite, but he might not actually be there. So maybe we just say,
Oh.
where does he most frequently hang out?
In the last
currently?
year. In the last year.
Hey, Godman, my man. This is the game, David. This
I'm
is
regretting
this
having to this re-ask.
Oh,
We are flailing. I like that. In the last year, where is
In the last-
Zerathar's most frequented location?
that's exactly my question.
Say it.
Exactly. Okay.
No, you gotta say it.
In the last year, where is Zerathar's most frequented location? In the Nation of 6.
Good. Good catch.
No loopholes. We got you.
You did it though. It's still so general.
No, is location.
I'll be like,
You didn't ask for his location. You asked for where he hangs out.
Where he hangs out.
Where he hangs out most often.
His current location might not be where he's always at. He could be on a trip right now.
Oh my god.
This is bad.
I love this so much. This is
Why is Spotify Wrapped?
What? Sarathar's top Apple podcast.
I want to high-five my friends.
This is good.
So the voice once again rings through your head, and it tells you,
I'm writing notes.
Zarathar very often frequents the Iron Horse on the Barovian border.
Oh.
Finally, a good answer from Godman. That was useful.
Yeah. Well, you asked
I
a
like
good
that one.
question, Peter.
Great work, guys. That saved us like 4 days probably of travel.
All right.
Hey, Atlas, how long is the Barovian border with the Nation of Six?
Well, presently, we are heading to the most eastern edge of the Deadlands.
Mm-hmm.
The Barovian border is the most eastern edge of the Nation of Six. So, the other side
Of the
planet.
of the planet.
Cool, nice. Is it like, you know, like a short border, or is it like a lot? I have no concept of geography where we
It's
currently
another
are.
nation, essentially.
I mean,
I'm looking at the map right now.
I
This
get
isn't great,
that.
guys.
Oh no.
Isn't great.
I was about to pull it up.
Oh, it's not good.
um,
That's where he's at?
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if that's where we got to go, we're gonna have to find ourselves, perhaps, some wizarding types and see if we can get ourselves ported over there after the heist.
Wow, that's
That
not
is-
good.
That's a good thing to add on the list of things we need to do immediately. As soon as we
wait, but why can't we just keep?
Is it
going
a circle?
around?
Yeah. Is no flat?
We can go back the other way. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back the other way.
Well, no, we're asking.
Presently,
It's a globe.
so if I'm looking,
I would assume Novum's a globe.
So, just describing basically, basically you're going to be equidistant because if you see the vault is in the middle of the ocean,
Right.
you're
Oh,
going to be
that's
pretty
right.
much equidistant
Oh, yeah.
from
so it doesn't matter.
the Barovian
That's
border.
right.
Yeah.
Because it's always on the move. So.
Damn, it really is in the middle of the ocean, huh?
Yeah. I told you.
You weren't kidding.
As like morning crests on the basically like the second day of travel. So you guys have spent 2 days traveling, by the way. So out of
Gonna draw a calendar.
you have 19 days left before the conflict on Paradise Isle that you were informed about. As you approach, who would be in the front seat at this point? Because basically you went through all the shifts, and Atlas is now driving again. Who's hanging in shotgun? Is it the same, or?
I'm cool with it being the same, but if
I just didn't know if
Go
y'all
for
would
it.
swap it around.
I can be a shotgun.
Okay. You would see basically these large flags as you're approaching. Basically, like you can see the ocean kind of like basically beyond it. You can see these large, massive flags that as you get closer and closer, you can see these different pillars of these flags. You can tell that they're sails. And you see what looks like a large wall is actually the hull of a very, very large ship that is currently resting in the sands and on it. As you're approaching, and Atlas kind of slides the grate back and he goes, all right, well, okay, couple of things. Be polite, and don't, if they're antagonistic towards you, you know, you could be antagonistic back, but just, you know, watch your words a little bit because these guys are kind of loose on the trigger, you know what I'm saying?
Oh. I've been told I'm bad at telling when somebody's being kind of aggressive at me.
All right, well then you could just hang out.
Stay quiet. more?
It's up to you. It's your prerogative. Just let me
Okay.
you get us through the gate at least. Let me do the talking initially, and then I'll introduce y'all to Captain Pierce.
Okay.
And we'll see what we can get going here, and see if we can get some artifacts and some disguises and perhaps some help getting this bad boy over there. And so as you all pull up, you can begin to see kind of like there's like this makeshift camp set up outside of the ship, and you begin to see different people kind of coming out of the tents. You see there's a fair amount. You count at least 50 as you approach. And the truck kind of stops, and Atlas gets out, and you're maybe like, I think at this point probably like 80 feet from kind of the tent city that's set up outside of this ship. You now can see the scale of this ship. The ship is easily the size of like your equivalent of like an aircraft carrier. Like it is a massive ship that is in front of you all. As Atlas like gets out and he stands in front of the car, and you see him just kind of wait. What are the rest of you doing?
I mean, I am if there is a quick draw contest, I do have the ability to match it. So I think just because I'm closest to him, if he's standing, I'll stand with him.
Okay.
Or be there with him.
I'll stand with him. Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Definitely tucked in the back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just waiting.
Okay. Val, Rhea.
I'm just
Val, like, just has her like switchblade turns into sword out, and she's like starting to like fiddle with it underneath her nails. Like it's like she's cleaning her nails with it. She's like, man, feels like home. Just has this kind of far away look in her eyes.
Okay. Rhea.
Rhea is just standing at the back of the van and watching through the front windshield at Jeane and Atlas.
Okay. So you begin to see all of these pirates begin to like kind of like make their way moseying over. Some of them just kind of sitting down and starting a fire. Some of them just kind of continuing to drink. Some of them just kind of like looking at you all, turning back in a way. But you can see there's about a dozen that are kind of walking forward. And you can see like 6 kind of flank to your left and 6 kind of flank to your right, kind of forming these half circles in front of you all. You can see they're a mishmash of races. You can see orcs, you see dragonborn, you see elves, you see humans, you see Goliaths, you see goblins. You see just a mishmash amongst this crew, all wearing, kind of this patchwork like clothes, but they all bear a symbol of what looks like a half sun with a rapier up through the middle. And you would see then strolling through the middle of them all, dressed probably the most fine of all of them, in this long, basically like it's a mixture of this kind of like ombre black to purple cloak. You can see the purple matches his skin as he is a tiefling, as he's got these long curved horns that come up and back, basically like thick black hair kind of slicked back through the middle. He's wearing, you see a rapier on his hip, and as his jacket kind of moves, you can see there's also a pistol along his hip as well. He looks a little bit younger, on the younger side. He's got very sharp features. He's got a very like clear scar that comes from like under one of his horns down, basically all the way to his chin. And he's got a couple other like smaller scars across his face. As he walks, kind of moseys up to you all, kind of keeping maybe about 12 feet between all of you, as he walks ahead of his men, and looks to all of you, kind of like you see him, like you can feel him make basically like a appraisal of each one of you, and he like looks, then kind of finally landing on Atlas, and he goes, well, Atlas, who are these fine folks you've brought with you? and you see Atlas kind of turns to you guys and he goes, y'all should introduce yourselves. It's good manners.
I'm Peter. Peter Morgan.
Peter Morgan. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Aren't you just a little ray of sunshine?
I don't want to assume. Are you Captain Pierce?
Oh, yes, where are my manners? And you see he does this big, like, grandiose, like, 1 foot in front pointed bow, kind of opens his arms to you, and he goes, I am Captain Pierce.
It's nice to meet you. Heard a lot about you.
I
All
hope
good things.
Only good. Shame.
Yeah.
As he turns his eyes to Jeane.
Jeane McKnight. Pleasure.
Very good. It's a nice piece you got.
Thank you. Made it myself.
Interesting. All right. And he moves his eyes to Rehya. Oh, Rehya, you would be behind the truck, so he wouldn't see you. So he moves his eyes to Val.
Valora Briggs. Nice operation you've got here.
Oh, well, thank you very much for the compliment. I do appreciate it, Valora.
You can call me Val.
Val. Val it is. And he turns his eyes then to the narrator, and the narrator kind of, Valorinth? And he goes, all right, Valorinth, it's all right, you don't need to be nervous. And he's like, hey, yeah. And he goes, well, what can I do for you fine folks?
Is that something we discuss out here, or... Usually I don't conduct business out in the middle of...
Well, you see...
everything.
You know what? You're right. Why don't we have some drinks and some food first? How about that?
Perfect.
Basically he just kind of turns on a heel, his cloak kind of billowing behind him, as he strolls back in. And Atlas just kind of gives you all a look and then begins to follow. And it was a look of like, all right, let's do this, kind of.
Yeah.
Is everybody following?
Yeah.
I'm gonna peek
Yeah.
around and just... Are we just leaving the van here?
Atlas said that we should come, so I assume it's fine. He's the one who spent the pinky on it, so.
So true.
Are the rest
Yeah,
of you
Val's
following?
already following.
Okay.
Jeane kind of saddles up to Val. Seems like you're in your element.
Maybe not my element, but definitely a familiar one.
It's kind of spooky.
What is?
Learning kind of how dark your life has been.
Yeah. It doesn't, well, it's not something that just comes up in conversation.
I'd imagine not, but you still remain bright, so that's all I care about. We're gonna need that badass a little bit more, because I may have a 6-shooter, but there is a lot more than 6 here.
Yeah. One heir to a mafia empire coming right up.
I got your back.
Okay. So you all make your way into this camp, and you can see all of the pirates kind of eyeing you all. Are you going with them, Rehya?
Yeah, I was just kind of hanging back because they were flanking, but if everybody is on the move, I'll shut the van, make sure we have everything out of it, and follow them.
So basically, you would see the dozen pirates wait for you, Rehya, kind of pass through the middle, and then they kind of wrap around to follow behind. Basically kind of shepherding all of you through the camp. And you see all these different, groups of pirates, playing games already, fighting already, eating already, doing all of these things as you make your way through. And you make your way up to basically what would be, not the plank, but the ramp that leads up to the ship. What is that called? Does that have a specific name?
Gangplank.
Gangplank. Thank you. As you make your way up this gangplank, you see this. The ship is basically like, now that you're this close to it, as you're walking up it, you can see, you count easily probably 40 cannons poking out on this side alone. As you make your way up this the ship is this very, very fine wood. You can see that there are mixtures of metal and wood that make up this hull, where you can see holes were blasted or things were broken. Think of like a sky ship from Final Fantasy with the way that like this thing is kind of shaped. As you walk up and you see these solar sails that are currently like sitting in the sun, these very, very large, massive, easily like 60 feet tall, if some of them more, sails. There's about maybe like 6 of them that are making up this kind of main deck. As you walk onto it, you can see there's already pirates milling about, setting up things, tying ropes, moving crates, doing all sorts of things. And you see Pierce turns to you all and goes, "Well, you caught us at a right time. We were just about to head out on a journey, but we definitely can make time for an old friend," as he gestures back to Atlas. Atlas goes, "I appreciate it, Pierce. With these kids here, they could definitely use your help." As you walk through kind of the main, basically like underneath where you can see the wheel up top, you walk through a door into what you can perceive as the captain's quarters. It's a very, very fine, finely adorned room, a very, very nice bed with kind of the canopy over the top. Over off to one corner, you can see a place for all of his jackets. You can see there's like a little workstation in there. There's a desk, facing the back window. And then there is enough room for a large kind of banquet table, which is already being set up as you're walking in. You can see a couple different types of meats and fruits and things, a bunch of wine. And he goes, "Do you prefer wine? Do you prefer mead, beer, other things?"
Do you have any whiskey?
I'm more of a whiskey drinker myself.
Absolutely. We just procured some not too long ago from a nice fellow over in the Nation of Six. So, anybody else have preferences?
I'm good.
You're good?
Gotta stay sharp.
You're not gonna have a drink.
Would I offend you if I didn't?
Well, it's tradition.
Oh, it was tradition, and I'll have the same thing everything else is having.
Of course, whiskey. And Peter, Ray of Sunshine, what about you?
I'll do a whiskey too. I love it.
A fiery ray of sunshine. I like it. As he kind of like slaps the table, his chair is pulled out by one of the other pirates as he kind of like flares his cloak backwards as he takes a seat, crossing one leg over the other, gesturing for you all to take a seat as you see other pirates pull the chairs out for each one of you. And in kind of succession, each of you have a glass of whiskey placed in front of you. You see the whiskey is this deep red and almost orange like color. And it smells very, very... It doesn't smell so much like Fireball, but it has that kind of cinnamon smell to it as he pours it. And there's almost like you can almost in the smell kind of smell heat coming off of the beverage as he places it, as each of the pirates place it down in front of you. And then all of the pirates make their way out, leaving just the group of you and Captain Pierce sitting at the table. And he goes, "Well, what can I do for you?"
Val kind of tilts her head towards Atlas. I don't think he's the one with the contact.
And Atlas goes, "Well, these folks here, they have a job they need to pull off, and it is one of that fits within your specialties, I would say. These folks need to get into the vault And you can see like Pierce stops mid-drink, and he pulls the glass down and away from his face, and he goes, "The vault. You all need to get to the vault."
That's right.
You all know that it's near impossible, right?
Near is the part that we're kind of hoping on.
Okay. And what are you attempting to acquire from the vault?
It's a dragon pelt. Or hide piece.
Okay. All right. Okay. Fascinating. Okay. And what kind of help are you guys looking for?
Transportation.
Mm-hmm.
We have means to smuggle ourselves in under the guise of artifacts that are going in, and luckily a contact on the inside, but making this more tight with having actual artifacts that we can, or copies, or something that looks like it's real coming in.
Okay.
And a way to ship us there is what we're looking for.
So we need to get your truck out there, and we need to get you some artifacts to put into your crate that you're smuggling yourselves in.
Correct.
Okay. So to even get through the door, we're going to need to give you something that is attractive enough that they'll even open the doors for it. What do I get for helping?
What do you
with this?
want?
Oh, you have done this before. Within the vault. Before I tell you what I want, what do you need the pelt for? What do you need the hide for? You collectors of some sort?
It's not staying with us.
So you're
It's moving on
stealing
to
it.
our...
Okay.
Correct, and you understand that confidentiality is important in maintaining your reputation.
Most of the players on this planet, and a group of kids coming out of nowhere saying up the most secure location on the planet and coming to help. It's a bit peculiar. I think if there was a crew on it that was willing on this suicide venture, I would probably know them. So I know you're doing it for a client, but entertain me. What are you going to do with the pelt?
We told you it was to save the world. Would you believe us?
Save the world. From what?
Valerian.
If y'all tied up with the Rezanas, I don't want anything to do with it. You're not stealing this for him. You're stealing this to use against him, if I understand this correctly.
Correct.
Y'all are really suicidal.
It's either that or the world ends in 2 weeks, so...
3.
Well, we're at like 2.5, so I rounded down.
Yeah, fair enough.
But what do you mean the world ends?
Apocalypses, natural events, magic going awry. There's a bevy of ways it can go down.
The Rezana family drama becomes everyone's problem.
Okay, so I need a little bit more detail than that. If I'm gonna put myself and my crew in the crosshairs of the most powerful family, I need to know what the fuck is going on. Otherwise, I'll just put one in each of your heads and be done with you.
How do we explain this? How to properly say this?
It's a long story.
The short of it is, Valerian thought that he could control us. That he could use what we have to make himself more powerful.
You have.
Correct. He miscalculated. We were powerful enough to get away from him. And we'd like to keep it that way.
All right. Okay. Here's the deal. I'll give you an artifact that'll be attractive enough that the core will let you in. In exchange, I'm gonna keep your change in your pockets.
If I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
From the vault, there's a heart that exists within the vault. I want it.
A heart?
A heart.
Like a beating, fleshy heart?
Yes.
Do we get to know more than that, or we just get to know Steel Heart?
Well, it's the heart of a raging beast. That's the best way to put it. It's the most powerful heart. I want it. Come in handy. It doesn't seem to die. It was removed from its body a long time ago. It doesn't die. It doesn't stop beating. And I want
Are
it.
you gonna hurt people with it?
Am I gonna hurt
Just-
people with it?
Yeah.
Sunshine, I'm a pirate.
Okay. I guess that's fair. But not like a big group of people? Probably not. Like a nation
Individuals.
or like a... Okay. I can live with that.
Whoever pays the most, whatever
Okay.
individual they want. Go on.
Yeah.
Do we have a deal? You get me the heart, I give you an artifact, so that you can get into the vault. And by the way, if you fail and you run, and my artifact is still there, you all won't see 3 weeks. Is that fair?
From the most powerful family in the world chasing us. What's another threat? Or promise? Of death.
Oh, no. Yeah, I won't kill you. No.
There are other things more interesting than death.
This one gets it.
I'm gonna look to Atlas. Does he look like he's...
Atlas is uncomfortable.
Sure.
Atlas is very clearly uncomfortable. The narrator, Valorant, is incredibly uncomfortable. You're already going in, so get 1 item, get 2. And you know what? Because I like sunshine here, I'll have transport ready for you when you get out. For a quick getaway. Because you ain't getting away in that truck on an island.
Oh, no.
That's a good
It
deal.
only makes sense. Protecting your investment and what's coming out.
We'll drop you off. You get in. You get the stuff. Hopefully you live. You get out. We pick you up and make the trade, and bada bing, bada boom. Deal done.
Simple as that.
Sounds fair to me.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, we were just gearing up to leave anyways. So we'll load your truck on, and we'll get moving. How about that?
Sounds good.
I guess out of game, how many days do we have left on our god mode?
So it has been 4 since you transformed.
That's
You
what I
spent 2
thought.
days at the casino.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it has been 4 since you transformed.
That's what I
So
thought.
You would have 3 days left.
Okay.
And how long does it take to get to this place?
It'll be... I mean, I can get us there by sunset.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sure.
sounds good to me.
On a tight schedule. Might as well keep it
Yeah.
rolling.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, make yourselves comfortable. Feel free to, walk about the ship, and we'll get things on the road, or in the sky, I should say.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. And Pierce just kind of excuses himself from the table, leaving you all alone in the captain's quarters.
You gotta find a way to stop being on the back foot.
And then you see Valorant kind of leans into Val, and he goes, "You did really good. That was really impressive. I know you
Thanks.
don't like it, but I don't think anybody here," as he kind of like looks around the group, probably could have negotiated that as well as you could have.
No, I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. And she like reaches up to like brush her hair back from her face. You can see her hand is shaking.
Valorant puts a hand on yours. It's still on the table. Atlas goes, "Well, we're not dead,
Mm.
and we've got evac, which we did not think about
Yeah.
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Which is good.
We were thinking about magical evac, but this is more physical, so this is better.
Right.
Right.
And I know what that heart is that he's talking about.
What is it?
Well, a long time ago, there was it was a rumor, but that there was a group of core members that were sent to investigate some meteors and things. And it turns out that was them celestial dragons that were falling from the sky. And Ivar did a kind of cleanup job on it, made sure that those core members never came home. And one of them was a big boy by the name of Yerk. And it's rumored that in the end, he had a rage that never stopped. He did it to protect the girl he was in love with, and he died protecting her. It seems that Ivar stored his heart in the vault.
That's fucked up.
I'm glad you killed him, Jeane.
Trophies for a dead man mean nothing. So.
Well, there's a reason that Pierce wants it. I don't know what it is. But
It sounds like he wants to sell it, but if he wants power, this sounds like a powerful organ to have inside of you.
He said
That's
something
what I
about
was
it
thinking.
still beating.
yeah, well, that's a rumor. Is that that even after he died, his heart seemed to rage on.
Huh.
So it's either just a monetary thing, which I'm gonna say it's not, or a lifeline thing.
Power over death.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
So angry you don't die. So full of emotion you don't croak. That's a power, all right.
You know, if it turns out it needs to be corrected later, steal it back. We'll fix it.
Put it on the list. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, that's one it seems like we can worry about later.
And unless there's anything anybody specific wants to do in this kind of like waiting time, as basically you can feel the ship begin to kind of rumble, as you hear almost, it sounds like distant muffled thunder as the ship begins to kind of lift, and you can feel it move up and off of the ground. Do you all stay in the captain's quarters?
Val.
I want to watch this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see this thing fly.
Yeah, you would see basically as this thing lifts, you can see all the sand, that was kind of piled up around it fall away as it begins to lift into the air. You can see the solar sails unfurl, the 6 large sails unfurl and begin to light up as the engine roars to life and begins to lift up and up and up and into the air. The desert, becoming kind of a very, very small and distant memory as the ship flies up and above into the clouds, lifting kind of almost like a helicopter up and off of the ground, straight up into the clouds. You can see the ocean is to the right of the ship. And you can see very, very much off in the distance, you can see shapes of distant land masses. And if you're at the bow of the ship, you can see there is a clouded sky ahead as you're heading towards basically as the ship begins to move forward. You see this, what looks to be almost like blue stone buildings sitting, like very, very large buildings sitting in the middle of the ocean. And you see one of the pirates next to you all and goes, well, that's the vault down there. That's where we're headed. Y'all are truly a brave bunch. And you can see it's a small goblin. He's got kind of a bandana wrapped around his head. He's in kind of like a brown vest and brown trousers, a falchion on his hip. And he goes, y'all really going in there?
I mean,
We're gonna
ain't
try.
got much choice but to. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Well, y'all seem like a group of nice kids. I do hope you make it out and you don't die.
We
Me
certainly
too.
hope that too, yeah.
Yeah. And if you do die, it's better than what would happen if you'd cross the captain, so,
There's that.
What does happen if you cross the captain? I'm just curious.
Oh, well, he likes to do experiments and things, so you might be part of his vanguard, which isn't, it's a great honor, but I heard it's not so comfy.
Uh-huh. Got it.
Mm-hmm. It's part of the, it's kind of like an exclusive club, but once the captain turns you into one of his vanguard, you don't really leave.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lots of free will sucks. Yeah.
Do these?
Yep.
Did they just hang around him? Are you one of them?
Oh no! I'm just a deckhand. No, there's nothing about me that would make me vanguard material, unfortunately. But no, they're down in the hold. They're ready for whenever he calls. But generally, he's adept enough to handle things himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's a nice guy. He just, he likes to tinker.
With people.
Yep.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean,
we should, go, yep. What was that, Peter?
Exactly. I like to carve wooden horses. As he pulls one out of his pocket, it's like a little he's like, I'd like to make little wood horses. So,
That's a great hobby.
Oh yeah, thanks. This one's for my kid.
Oh.
Aww.
Is your kid on this ship?
Oh no, he's back in Hollow Creek. Y'all ever been?
No, haven't.
Oh, it's a terrible
no.
place.
I'll,
Yeah, I make money and send it back home.
That's good. That's good of you.
Yep. I got about a dozen kids sitting at home waiting, so I got.
Yeah.
Yep.
Impressive.
Exactly.
Yep.
You get it.
Yeah.
Out of character, this NPC is gonna get slaughtered. He's so dead, y'all.
I've never seen an NPC born to die.
I'm gonna protect him with my life.
You don't even know his name.
I've got,
What's your
I've
name?
got-
We know his kids, but not his name.
What was
that?
What's your name?
Fuck.
Yeah! You should have said shit!
Nice to meet you, fuck.
No, my name is Steven.
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 Classic.
Good on you, Steven.
Great.
My name is Steven. It is Steven.
I would have said Steven Stevens.
Stevens.
It is Stevens Rowe. Last name Rowe. R-O-H. R-O-H. Rowe.
R-O-H.
Oh.
Is it Steven PH or Steven with a V?
I don't have no middle name.
Well, no, Steven. Very good. Very good. Solid work.
Yeah, for sure, Steven.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
We gotta go get in a crate, everyone.
Okay, let's file into the crate, guys.
gotta go
Smile
All right.
Hey, see you, Steven. Thanks.
Bye. See you guys later. Have a
Be
great
safe.
day.
Tell your kids
You
hi.
too.
I will.
We're never gonna see him
I will.
again.
He's gonna die.
I got his last name so I can find his kids later.
If we ever head to the town.
God, that
Um,
sucks.
So you all head
Unfortunate.
to the truck, and you see Atlas has basically got the crate open and ready for you all to begin to kind of pile in to the crate as you all kind of get snug inside this massive crate. And Atlas goes, "I'll be driving the crate in. Just once we get in there, just keep it quiet, and I'll open the crate. Do not come out till you hear me tell you to get out."
All right.
Atlas,
Yeah,
thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
absolutely. Just make it worth it, all right?
Definitely
Of
try.
course.
Yeah.
And you see, like, basically as the five of you pile in into this crate, you see the top, the false top or what have you that Jeane built gets placed into it, and you can hear like a kind of muffled voices through the sides of the crate that goes, careful, lower it in, careful, it's kind of explosive, lower it in, careful, as you can like kind of hear something be placed on top of you guys. As the false artifact, or basically the artifact that you're borrowing from the Celestial Corsairs, is placed on top of you. Oh yeah, that is the pirate band name, by the way. It's the Celestial Corsairs.
Solid name.
And you can hear a kind of the top of the lid be basically closed shut. And you can hear the doors to the back of the truck close. And you basically spend a decent amount of time in this box. Would you guys like to discuss or talk about anything while you're in this box?
Fucking no.
Absolutely not.
Shutting the fuck up.
And Val, I would say the Valorant basically laces his fingers through yours. And you can kind of feel him a little bit nervous. He's a little bit nervous.
Yeah, no, we both have sweaty palms for
Yep.
sure.
Not clammy, confident.
Clammy and
I'm
confident.
clammy and confident. You can hear kind of the ship come to rest, and you can feel the truck jut forward and move. And you basically feel the truck moving a bit, and you can feel it stop. You hear the door kind of very, very faintly open. Basically, like Atlas is getting out, and you can't hear what he's saying, but there's like muffled voices outside, and then there's a long quiet. And then you feel the truck begin to move again. And you can feel the truck go down what seems like an incline for a while. And you can feel the truck stop and move again. And you hear the doors to the back of the truck open. And you can hear a voice alongside Atlas that goes, "This is very peculiar, but if it is what you say, we definitely would like to store it here for safekeeping. And I'm sure your brother would love to see you as well. He is currently working on some documentation, but I will inspect the item, and then if it is what you say it is, we will bring it into its vaults. And it's good to see you again, Atlas. And he goes, it's good to see you as well, Nathaniel. It's very good to see you. You can hear the top of the crate open, and you can kind of hear rummaging above you as you can hear this person, Nathaniel, kind of inspecting you. He goes, well, it has all of the markers that it should have, and I'm surprised you transported it like this, Atlas. If the payload on one of these things alone is quite destructive, but we will get this stored straight away. We'll have someone transport the crate carefully within the vault, and I will tell your brother that you're here. But this is as far as we can let you go. I hope you understand. And Atlas goes, well, I suppose I would like to go with it, but I understand core protocol. But I'm sure once it's stored safely inside that you will be able to take care of business, as he says kind of loudly. And Nathaniel goes, of course. I will tell your brother you are waiting for him. And a bit while later, you can feel the crate be lifted up and moved, and you can hear kind of a couple of voices now, saying, careful, we don't want to drop this. As you can feel the crate being lifted and carried. You can feel yourself kind of being jostled a little bit as it's moved. You've basically, after a certain amount of time, the crate kind of comes to a stop, and you hear the lid kind of lifted up and off, and you hear another voice that goes, wow, I thought all of these were used during the war against the collective, but I suppose not. Well, let's get it out of there. And you can hear, you can kind of see the top of the wood that is above you kind of unbow as the basically the artifact, whatever it is lifted up and off of you guys. And then it goes quiet. It goes quiet basically for a very, very long time. You don't hear voices. You don't hear sounds. You don't hear anything. What do you do?
Guys, what do you think?
I think it's time.
I don't feel like we're being moved anymore.
It has been still for at least... You have not heard any voices for at least...
I just want to wait for an hour. Just to be safe.
I can't hear you whispering, Haley.
I was really quiet.
We can do a stage whisper. It's all right.
Yeah.
I don't want them to throw the box away either.
That's what I was thinking too.
Oh no, yeah.
Is the artifact has been pulled out of the box?
Yes, the artifact, it was taken away.
I'm scared we're in the middle of the hall though.
It just... we'll just be sneaky about it. One person take a peek and then go from there.
I can kind of disappear and check the hall.
Go ghost?
That'd be great.
Perfect. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I can do that. No problem.
You got this, man. You got this.
Okay.
Yeah.
He gives Val's hand a squeeze,
Yeah, a squeeze bag.
and as he kind of goes incorporeal, and passes through the walls of the of the crate into the hallway. And then maybe 30 seconds later, he passes back into kind of pokes his head through, just his head through the crate. And he goes, "It looks like we're in some sort of hallway, but I don't see anybody. There's just a lot of doors."
All right.
I wish we had a ledger.
Map. Map would be
where
nice.
it's stored.
Yeah, now I'm feeling dumb that we didn't ask for a map.
Shit.
Not that I don't think there'd be a map at this.
That's
No,
yeah.
that's a huge security risk. We just gotta go for it.
What were the exact instructions we got? We received, like he said,
You were
don't
told
leave.
to find, basically, there is a piece of the green celestial dragon's hide that is stored within here, and we were told to also acquire the Raging Heart.
Raging Heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're in our normal clothes. We're not in like uniforms or anything like that. We're
Correct. There is. You did take with you. Part of the deal was that he did give you exalted core robes. So you do have those.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more than enough.
Well, we should probably throw those on and then jump out of this bad boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds good to me.
Do you all get
Let's do
changed
it.
within the crate together?
I like to think that we got changed.
I would like to
Yeah,
think
let's
we
go.
already were
We got
wearing
the
that.
crate.
Oh, we got it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
DM hand wave that you were already changed.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you are in the exalted core outfits, which they are these kind of like long flowing robes. Basically it's like a yellow tunic with yellow pants, like this kind of almost golden yellow with a blue sash across them that you wear. It's almost like a scarf that kind of comes around your neck and then down across from your right shoulder to your left. That then ties into a belt that hangs off your left hip. With kind of these like almost like think not ballet shoes, but that kind of slipper like shoe. As you all are you all getting out of the crate?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For sure, dude.
Just like waiting, like
Time to do it.
just getting a signal from our boy, and then each of us getting out, so we don't like
So you all
do mystery.
get
Getting
out
out
of
of
the
a
crate.
clown car.
And you
Yeah.
see this, going in both directions is just like, what Valorant described to you. These long hallways, these basically like gray stone hallways mixed in with this kind of black obsidian-like stone. Kind of every third or fourth brick is this kind of deep, dark black stone. You can see these massive, easily like, I would say 16-foot tall, 8-foot wide doors that make up, there are tons of them. They just dot the hallway as you go down in either direction. And it's eventually goes so far that it's like dark at the end of these hallways, or where you perceive there might be more hallway. These hallways are presently where you are is lit up by these you see these glowing kind of white and yellow arcane stones in the ceiling. This is where you are. Which direction do you go? Do you go to the left or do you go to the right? Do you start opening doors?
The black stones, are those nameplates?
So the black stones that are like, think of like the walls and the floor are made up of these kind of like gray bricks. There are these black obsidian bricks mixed in with them. You could
Just
approach.
decorative?
You could, yes, perhaps. You could approach the doors and see if there are plates next to the doors, or there's information next to the doors if you want. Right now, you're kind of in the middle of the hallway.
Just the closest one. Take a peek. I also am gonna summon my grimoire.
Okay. You summon
Just
your
have it
grimoire. And as you take one step in the hallway,
Great.
like basically from your position out of the box, you all hear this hissing noise, followed by this low growling noise. As you begin to hear what sounds like the click of something on the stone floor. As basically you can hear it begin to get closer and closer and faster as it's click, 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 as you see this form of this beast come running through the hallway straight towards Peter. And that's where we're gonna stop for tonight.
Of course.
Thank you all so much for joining us for episode 12 of Echoes of Legacy. I have been your game master, AlecTheBard. I'm going to throw it off to my lovely cast to say goodbye. Jeane, why don't you start?
Yeah, sure. I'll start, you son of a bitch. Talking Twitch. I am a TTRPG performer and educator all over the space. If you want to see what I've been in, what I'm going to be in, please check my socials. The tutorials I've made for several games, including Power Rangers and Orbital Blues. I've been your resident nerd, optimistic boy of awesomeness. And I hope that we can rob this vault, no problem, or as long as we don't have to touch a nuke. It sounds like Jesus. Val, you go next, please.
Thus me. I played Val, but my name is Steph, and I make handmade dice at Equinoxdice and also do like other like fun TTRPG things. So, yeah. We'll see how this goes. But Betty, why don't you keep us going?
Ooh, hello. My name is Betty. I'm Who.The.Lovely on TikTok and Instagram. I was Rehya today. Will I be Rehya tomorrow, or will we be killed by this monster? Who knows? Up for debate. Hailey, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Hailey. I go by HailieRosie on everything. I do TTRPG stuff, and I play dress up. Yeah, we'll see if we re-roll characters next session or what. We'll see what happens.
Quirky.
Quirky. Clammy but confident.
Claim
Bye,
you're
everybody.
confident.